we have a lot of like signals and feedback from different people in different areas that our code review process is too far from optimal. And we have even like the goal on the company level, becoming an industry leading technology platform enabling faster value delivery. And like having in mind that we have no bullshit culture, it's very important to like prove it. And also like we found that different engineers were doing like reviews very, very differently, have very different expectations and give very like unstable, like that gives us unstable quality from the code review, take longer or yeah, made some bad effects on that. And also found another bucket of like engineers do not use the tools and automations for 100%. So like we were like just create like someone created the PR and immediately ping in Slack people. Why? You have the automated like tools for notification. So like all this kind of stuff were not working. So and I go together with working group through many different contexts like Slack discussions, meetings. We did a lot of interviews. We provided all this like context to explain why we set this goal. Aim high, but use numbers. Try to use numbers because numbers people could get. And also like numbers, when some setting the goal, like we want to increase for 10%. Okay, from what? What's like exactly it will be. So it's like right now we have this number and we want to have, and this numbers is important. So it's not about the goal, it's how you will measure the success. This is important. And also like make these goals public. People gets this like information, this goal publicly reviewed, and you will collect interesting critical feedback. And again, like as I told everyone, no bullshit culture. We're still like following this. This is very important because like if you aim in high and so on, and people say, "No, this is bullshit," it will not work. You need to know about like from the beginning, and that will help you to get the commitment from the people because they say, yeah, the problem is valid, the context is clear, I understand the goal, and let's do it together. So in our case, we just created the conference page where people could see all info that we collected and what's happening.
Wow.
Progress and all artifacts and so on. Also, like for example, if we notice someone again like complaining about something or suggesting, okay, come to our working group, let's work together. Stop complaining. We will use your energy. I usually prefer to call like not the metrics but the signals, because like when you say like, yeah, we have this metric and people start like, okay, if you have this metric, I will optimize for this metric. No, like optimizing for the signal looks like sounds good. So, and we are using the signals as insights for us. So this is the dashboards that we created. So top thoughts about these dashboards. First of all, like I think, yeah, choose top signals that you want to show for your current states. For us, that was like four different numbers. This is like the 95 percentile, 18th percentile, median, and average. We also collected the week hours, because like when you start collecting these numbers, you will see that, yeah, actually the weekends influencing a lot. We remove it. Do not trust your data blindly. So when you will build some kind of dashboard, you will see even in improvements, challenge them. So like, no, I don't believe it. And you will see a lot of like details lately. Why you don't like need to believe into this data and challenge every time. As insights for Miro, I think like once I saw the significant improvements in our median, so like, wow, how much? Like it was like 10 times better. So like, no, I don't believe. And lately we found that that was just one single repository that we created with like small PRs that were like reviewed and merged less than 1 hour. All PRs. And like, yeah, that's the statistics. That's all.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
great.
there's a signal. Work on smaller things.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You are going like deeper every time. So the next level for us was like, yeah, try to look into the details. Here's the representation of the like slices of our like we created the buckets for different like time slots. For example, how fast, how many PRs we have closed in the first hour, for the next 3 hours, next four on the next day, something like that. And then we see the representation. That also like where I think like when we start thinking about it, we notice the problems with our CI in general, because like, yeah, something is too long, and if it's really fast, People get review PRs really fast. If it's low, they forget about it, switch to another task, and it's merged only on the next day. Like you need to think about like what's the guardrails for you to keep this, like to be sure that they are like you're monitoring proactively them, and they are helping you to spot any issues, side effects that you are not like predicting. It's very important to show the progress also like during the execution, especially for the engineering community, what you do, what you achieved, what's your learning, what's your insights. Be like very like vulnerable and open for any feedback. Again, like no bullshit. But we need to we need to prove this culture of no bullshit. And it's like still a very like deep in many Mironers, especially for like old school Mironers, as I call them. And as I mentioned, like again, that's started because like one guy just like challenged me, stop complaining and fix this. That's all. So
Which is
all the
that is that is so brilliant, right? It's that,
yeah,
you know, you've built enough of a safe, you know, deliberately developmental environment where I'm going to go to the boss, and I'm going to go to the head of engineering and say something relatively blunt. And you want that, right? I can tell that you relish that. And that's a great sign of who you are. I love your approach and what you're doing, because it's
yeah.
people and, you know, it's essentially people, like individuals and interactions over process and tools, which is
Yeah, people are very important. So like, and like you also like will find a lot of like leaders of like within the teams,
Mhm.
influence. So like work, you like without them, you will not change it. So you need to like work even like through them, show like examples and so on, and like listen people, like analyze what they are talking, do the changes, show that I actually do this, trying to solve it. You will get a lot of like feedback and support, and yeah, learnings, and like do show and listen again.
Yep. And more often than not, the team knows what's going wrong, and the team knows what could be going better if you only let them,
Yeah.
right? If only we can build, you know, you don't have to ask permission, but also don't blindside me, right? That, yeah, building that trust, that culture is so key.